Okay, we are going to talk about one of the laws of logic, and this one we're going to focus on the law of detachment. Now, it will probably be easier to make sense of the law of detachment when we do some examples, but symbolically, it looks like if P then Q is true, and then you have P that is true, you get to conclude Q. Now, it is very important to notice that it is the hypothesis portion of that if-then statement that is the connecting point, or it's the matching part of the two statements. So using an example with the law of detachment, we have our first conditional. If the football team wins on Friday night, then there won't be practice on Monday. And then we're presented with the situation that the football team won by 7 points on Friday. So this football team winning matches the hypothesis of our conditional. So our conclusion is that there won't be practice on Monday. Because we're kind of able to go ahead and then go forward from our starting point. So we're able to kind of fill in that blank when we're making our conclusion. So moving on to another example. If the measure of an angle is less than 90 degrees, then it is acute. And that is true. So here we now know that the measure of this mystery angle B is actually 37 degrees. So since this being 37 degrees does go along with it being less than 90, we are able to then kind of go forward and make our conclusion that it is acute. And then that would be, again, what our conclusion for the problem is. So if we look at the next one, if you are in ninth grade, then you are a freshman. Okay, again, that being true, we've got Carly is in ninth grade, matching with the hypothesis. We can go ahead and go forward, and our conclusion then is what? Correct. Our conclusion is that Carly is a freshman. And we'll just abbreviate that for now. Now, what happens here? Well, we're starting off with the same conditional statement. If you are in ninth grade, then you are a freshman. However, in this instance, we have Jack as a freshman. That matches the conclusion of our previous statement. And unfortunately, we cannot go backwards. Now, the reason for that is that we don't know that Jack is for sure in ninth grade. He could be a freshman in college. So that would be a counterexample to show you why we cannot go backwards. So we can say no conclusion or not possible. Again, because we cannot go backwards with that if-then statement.